everyone. This is Oluwajoba of Life. Welcome to my vlog. I got David Dowdo on the seat with me.
Yeah.
What's up, David?
What's up?
I got David Dowdo number 2. What's up, David Dowdo?
What's up?
That's how we roll. Quack, quack, quack. All right, thank you very much. I'm signing out. Love you all.
Peace. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluwajoba. If it's your first time here, welcome. Please consider subscribing and joining the family. And if you end up enjoying this video at any point, please do so to like and leave your comments in the comment section below. Guys, this video is going to be freaking hilarious because the people I have here, oh my god, behind the scenes is crazy. Madness is happening here. To my right, I have my admirable friend, the Lord himself. Papa for the girls. Down.
Thank you.
Money spending, David.
Don't shout money, please. Before billing starts. No, allow people to come and start billing me. There's no money spent here anywhere, please. But thank you for having me. It's really awesome to be here.
Thank you for coming. Finally, I'm so happy David is here. And of course, you guys already know Dami. Dami is my OG. She's my friend. You guys have seen her here over and over again. She's here. This is Dami, my personal stylist. In fact, at this point, she's now my son's personal stylist.
Yeah.
Generational something.
I'm telling you.
Yo.
But yeah, thank you so much, Dami, for coming.
You're welcome.
By the way, Dami, David is a photographer, a videographer extraordinaire. He doesn't like to shout, but he's good at what he does.
Yes, he is.
And you guys know Dami is my stylist. You need a stylist in town, she's your plug. You need a photographer, a videographer, he's your... Guys, I roll with creators. You gotta know these things. Anyway, let's move. Unlike other videos, other conversations that you guys have seen, this one is more laid back. And it was intentional, or it is intentional on my part. I wanted us to just come, me and my friends, and just have this conversation. So I saw some things on the internet that we will be talking about. Disclaimer, they don't know about any of these topics. They don't know what I'm going to be sharing on this video. The last one actually, Dami actually shared with me. But the first 3, they have no idea. And that's because I wanted them to come here with their
original reaction.
Because you see this David here, he has it. So I wanted them to come with their undiluted expression and thoughts and reactions to these things, which is why I did not tell them what we're going to be talking about. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Let's go.
You say if you dump, we have dumping.
Okay, guys, so I saw this on Twitter, and I want to hear your personal opinions. By the way, everything that we say here is our personal opinion. We are entitled to it.
Yes.
And I also need to say, please, leave your opinions in the comment section. I really want to know what you guys think, because these things, some of them is absolute madness. But let's hear it. So the first one is, a member of a church underwent a major operation, and his medical bill was 245,000 naira. And he couldn't afford it. So his brother went to the pastor on Sunday and told him to assist. The pastor picked the microphone and told the church that our brother needs 245,000 naira to settle his medical bill. Members began to donate. After donations, what was realized was 760,000 naira. And after the church, the pastor counted 245,000 naira and gave. Guys, make I finish now.
Continue.
The pastor counted 245,000 naira and gave the brother to the sick person, and then he put the balance into the church account. The sick person's family are aggrieved. What are your thoughts? What do you guys think?
Right off the bat.
Yes.
Sauce.
What sauce?
But.
What sauce?
Suspicious. Very suspicious, but.
Okay.
my church mind. I think it's entitlement that's making the family to be aggrieved.
Okay.
That's right off the top of my head.
Okay.
Because, and the only because of the because is because the pastor did not pocket the money.
Okay.
He put it in church accounts.
But that's the official story.
We are going with this story. Oh. Let's not assume.
That's the
anything.
official story.
We are going with this story. It doesn't matter. You guys.
That's the official story. They put it in the church account.
We are going with this story that I just read.
So, okay, so my first opinion, my first original thoughts is, why are you entitled to church money? Because it's kind of church money. Although, we could say that it's because of the family that they raised the money. However, church money is still church money. And they've given you the money that was supposedly promised. You shouldn't feel entitled to the entirety of the money.
Okay.
So I think I'll draw your attention to these same people who ask for help for people on TikTok. So imagine those guys, they raise, you see them, oh, I met this guy, I gave him so, and now we're raising money, we're going for 20K. And then they get to 20K and then everything is 100K. Imagine those people keep those part of the money. Imagine the backlash that will come from that. So why are we making a difference when it comes to church? The truth is, I understand if church had just said, okay, we are bringing out this money for you. But this fundraising was done on behalf of this family. So I will be on the family side on this one. I think it's also cruel because I understand that the operation itself is 250K or whatever was mentioned, but the person will still feed. The person will still, something else might come up. So I feel, yes, the church should have handled everything, or at least maybe half. You can't raise 700 and something K and give them to something and tell them, okay, that's how it's supposed to be. We all know we're in this business together. So I feel the family should have gotten at least, if not all, at least half of what was raised.
Well, I do agree with that as well. But at the same time, you can't take away from the fact that they feel entitled to it. You shouldn't feel entitled to that money.
Yeah.
But I would feel entitled
No.
if you raise the money with my own name.
No, Dave.
Why did you not raise the money yourself? Do the fundraising yourself. It's easy.
I saw one pastor say, he said maybe people come give for altar. He talk. Nobody show. So if the church probably would have not raised that amount of money if they normally just said, people come and donate.
Okay.
But because there was a cost attached to it, people could empathize that, okay, this person is going through something. That's why a lot of people came to drop money. So why you can't carry the money, half of them keep, or even more than half, self. Now you they sick. Now you are supposed to give everything to them and say, brethren. You say, brethren, come and donate, for the goodwill of the church.
When I heard it, I was like, off the bat, I felt that the family was entitled. Off the bat. Now, this is the way I see it. Whether I want to assume that, because I want to go with exactly what was said, but I also want to assume that the church members know, for the guy to be able to go to meet the pastor, I would assume that maybe he's a member of the church. Yeah. So I would assume that the church members, at least some of the church members, know that the brother is sick. The money wasn't raised. Apart from the fact that, okay, yes, it was on the brother's name that the funds were raised, you also need to put into consideration that the pastor, the name of the whatever was like, no. What I'm trying to explain is that if, for example, we are in a place together, right, and I need a favor, and I try to talk to people, or let me even use this our content creation journey, right? I post a video, I post it on my story, maybe 10 people see it. You post it for me, and then 1 million people see it, right? You know that apart from the fact that maybe my content is good, I'm banking on, I am, what's the word? Whatever I'm doing is on your prestige, is on your name, is on your page. But he will also lift up through someone's platform. That's what I'm trying to say. So even though maybe the church members, I'm assuming that some of the church members knew the money was not raised. It could also be that because the pastor came and put himself in that light to say, this our brother, no,
We can
no
vouch
dey
for
way.
him.
We can vouch for him. Make we
Let's raise
rally
money.
round, raise this to 45K. People can say, okay, as pastor don't talk, may we show the money come, because at this point it's not just the fact that the guy is sick. In my opinion, I feel like it's also on the church, on the pastor,
The prestige
on the prestige
that they
and
carry.
everything. Now in the money use complete. The money come overboard. My own is that I would have said, instead of the pastor I know that 245 was what they asked. You'd have given a little more. You know, say
hospital bills will take.
Want to say you go change some
Miscellaneous.
you know. And if it be say the man collect the money, put am inside welfare. Na my own decision be that. Now una get to that decision. Now una get to that decision. That's my own conclusion, because I feel like that's what I said. If I mean I read it, I was like, this is what I would have done. I would have given them maybe 350K or something to say, okay, after the medical bills or some things that you need to buy here and there, but now the money where you ask for, and you know, say possible, say now 100K the man need, the brother I count to 245. You know.
Yeah, but at the same time, if I was the family, I wouldn't feel entitled to that money.
I feel it's entitlement.
I may
feel the church is the one doing the entitlement.
No, I feel like family is entitlement. Okay,
there's a reason why this fundraising happened in the first place.
And
let's not forget about that.
Let's not forget
if church, that's why I give you the example of pastor where he sing, he dance, he do everything. And people no come out, can't drop money. That's because it's also not easy for the church to raise money. There was a reason why the church was able to raise up to that amount. People had empathy on the fact that somebody was sick.
That the pastor came. Have you seen two people together and two people say the same thing, and some people go to one person more than the other?
I know, but at the end of the day, people donated because someone was sick. That's the tag behind it. Let's not get it wrong. Let's logically look at it. There's a tag that so and so is sick. We need to raise so and so amount for this person.
Would it have been different if the church has a fundraising program to help people in need, and they have a purse for it, but this particular person came at a time when it was off that program? So the rest of the money that was raised was put into that account for whoever is going to need. Okay. There are many people that the church would help without raising money.
For us to meet on a neutral ground. I would suggest, because I always think of solutions.
Yes.
I would suggest that, okay, here's your 245K. Go and do the treatment. If any other thing arises, let us know and we'll fund it.
Like how
up to that amount.
If you were the family,
how
would you feel? Would you feel entitled to the money? Would you feel bad?
It depends on the presentation. Depends on what the church tells you.
The facts of the matter is they gave you the money you asked for.
Bam. Somebody gave a scenario. Let me pay the same person gave. Person said, last year I wanted to pay for my school fees. My father couldn't afford it. My school fees were 100,000. So I went to my father and told him that my school fees were 100,000. My father couldn't afford it. My father went to his friend and asked his friend that, your child wants to go to school. I don't have money. And his friend gave him 500,000. And my father came and gave me the 100,000. Do you think I'm entitled to the 400,000? Dave, here you go.
I mean, I'll answer the way my mother used to answer then. All the food that you've been eating in this house, or the clothes that you've been wearing, or the rent of this house. Do you know anything about it? That's why I'm keeping 400,000. I mean, at this point, this is where communication is also important. How did you deliver the message to the family about this thing? Did you just tell them, well, you people will raise 700 and something, but this is your 250, take it? Like, if a clear explanation was given, this kind of, okay, the remaining funds, since we raised more than what we are supposed to raise, is going into, like what you mentioned, there's a fund. And so it's not the one that will now see pastor with Jeep next week, because so that's the thing. I need to be sure. I mean, at the end of the day, we need to be sure. It's not by raising 700 and something K and then next week you see pastor with new motor.
This is a third party. What's it called? Account.
Yes.
We don't know what the pastor said. We don't know what the people said. So
we only know that
the family is agreed.
The family is agreed.
No, we won't take it tomorrow.
I'm telling you.
Okay, so the next one is,
Am I the asshole for breaking a girl's camera and then asking her for money? I, 23, female, do content creation on the side, and I had a last minute issue with my camera. Due to a deadline approaching with a brand, I needed to film a video and send it in ASAP. So I asked an acquaintance if I could borrow her camera. We were only online friends, but we always talked over text. So I figured I could ask her. Funny enough, she is also a content creator, 23 female, and was looking for help getting more brand deals. That day, she was texting me, telling me she wanted to chat about her content. So I picked up the camera from her, sat with her for over 2 hours, and gave her all the information I had about getting more deals and went home. While using the camera, I accidentally dropped it and the lens started to malfunction. It wasn't completely broken, but the lens wouldn't open entirely when the camera was turned on. It was an annoying issue, but the camera was still usable. I felt so bad. I obviously offered to drive her to get it fixed and pay. I was very clear that I didn't want to inconvenience her. A week later, she tells me that the repair place emailed her and said it would cost $350. I sent her the money, no questions asked, and kindly asked for the receipt. She told me she'd send it to me when she picked it up. A few days later, she sent me a photo of a receipt. On the receipt, there's an estimate of the cost to fix, which was $140, and then the total was $350. But the total had whiteout underneath, like a lot. It seemed tampered with, so I called the repair shop to confirm, and they told me it was $140. So I sent her a text and told her, I know that you only paid $140. And she said, yeah, I upcharged you because I had to go out of my way to cost me about $150 by Uber. The birthday vlog that week that I didn't make would have made me an extra $100 by now. I didn't want to risk using it mess up the lens even more. Uh, Even though you offered to drive me and helped out, I declined it. I was glad to do it alone and on my time. The extra money was for my own compensation. I was so shocked because I literally offered to help her get it all fixed. I responded with one, why would you go out of your way to blatantly lie to me? I handled the situation in the nicest way possible. I offered to drive you. You could have literally sent me screenshots of the Uber receipts instead of coming up with this lie. If you gladly Ubered, you wouldn't want to be compensated for it. You know you're wrong. You need to e-transfer me $208 by the end of the day. She responded back and said, respectfully, I'm not sending it back. The money went to the repair and my Ubers and a week's worth of Google AdSense. I know I won't get the money back, but I feel like she is so out of place. So am I the asshole for breaking a girl's camera and then asking her for money?
My people. That
If you want to steal, steal with sense. Because why will you Tipex the total and you left the mains there? No, now.
So
That's where the Janduku has started. That's where the thievery. That's where it starts. Yes, it's thievery. That's where it started. If you want to do it with your full chest, you know, own it.
You know the lens, number one, is a bombastic element. But I mean, this is it's crazy that she would even do something like that. Like, what the hell? People. And you that have money, Zeph, you should have asked for, because now you can't get the money back because you've already sent the money.
I don't blame her to a certain
money?
extent. I don't blame the person that sent the money. And the reason is I think she was thinking in her head that so that not even it's so that it doesn't feel like Shebi, you trying to tell me that and I'm not as spoiled. You did me a favor now. So I'm thinking, because I just imagine you borrow me something. If you send me the bill, the first thing in my head is let me just sort out David this thing. Later I go they ask for receipts.
It's even best to fix it because the truth, at the end of the day, I hate drama. I remember when I was renting someone's car. Immediately the car had this thing like this with the wiper. I was wondering, I didn't even tell the guy. I just went there, fixed it. I told the guy, give me the one that has spots. Let me put, because at the end of the day, if we start doing this, go and fix it. That's when they'll fix wiper. They'll not say, there's one other thing that is wrong with this wiper. They'll try and fix it. It's you that will take care of the bill. Let it be that as you spoil the thing, you go. You just let the person know and you fix. If she spoil them, she tell the guy, say, are they mechanic shop now? Are they a repair shop now? I'm already fixing it. This is what happened. And then you settle that matter. Because at the end of the day, there's that temptation of, okay, this is like free money to fix something else that is not that is not broken. And then I even when she said 3 something and they want something for fix, I thought maybe she collected money for emotional damage. But yes, it wasn't called for at all.
Now the girl is saying she's saying that she knows that she won't get the money back, but why do you have to do that? in the first
Hope
place?
she put the
And
girl's
she gave
name and
no, she not.
you're supposed to tag her now. You drag her to the street. You collected advice, collected everything,
Yeah,
and still went and
consultation.
cheated the person. Some people are just terrible people. That's just the
You
thing.
think if that lady meets somebody else on the gram and wants to be her friend, she won't let loose anymore.
And I can see myself like that lady. Me, I no go
Just
even
cut off.
check. I'll just send you money
You see?
without even
Yeah.
bothering because I don't expect that you have a I don't expect that you want to cheat me. I expect that you have a pure mind. And at the end of the day, people, they just
People are
take
madness.
advantage of these things.
People and madness.
They take
Alright.
advantage.
My boyfriend sent flowers to his ex-wife on Mother's Day, and I'm having a problem with that. We didn't discuss it. He didn't tell me.
Not just my ex-wife, like the mother of my child,
Yeah.
like the mother of my son. It was not just like, oh, I'm sending flowers to an ex. Like I'm sending flowers to the woman who gave birth to my son.
I know that, but you should have discussed that with me. And I
That's
don't
true, too.
understand why it has to be flowers. Like, why couldn't he make a card and you sign it or something? It's like you're doing a romantic gesture.
No, I wanted to
that
show.
seems to me.
Look, again, I wanted to show my son that like his parents are cool. I don't want him to growing up thinking that like his parents hate each other.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
I,
like, yeah,
I would
think
say
that,
that's
like,
that's actually
mom, like,
a good thing because he's showing his son that, dad and mom still get along and you should still treat a woman a certain way.
That's fine. That's fine if you guys get along, but you're also sending a confusing message by doing a romantic gesture to someone you're not with anymore.
It's not a romantic gesture. It's just me sending flowers to her. That like this is what you do on Mother's Day.
Greg, how come you didn't tell Amy you were doing this though? How come you kind of did this on the slide?
Yeah.
I mean, it just didn't seem like there was any reason for her to know. Like, I didn't realize I needed her permission to do something nice for, like, my son's mother.
Okay.
Before we proceed, I have to put a public disclaimer out there that whatever my opinions are in this segment, I'm thinking as a logical man. So it's not like what I would say after this is how I would approach this situation. But it is me. It's you I'm talking to. This is me answering this question as a logical man. Now let's get back to this.
Please don't kill me. Alright, who is taking the floor?
I mean, I don't see. Disclaimer is needed before I sleep on the couch.
Outside on the street.
I'm telling you. So basically, the story is that he sent flowers
Yeah,
to his ex-wife,
yeah.
the mother.
Of his child.
Please mark that, the mother of his kids. And now the current wife
Yeah.
is pissed that he did such a romantic gesture to her on Mother's Day,
Yes.
right?
Yes, on Mother's Day.
Now, flowers number one cannot only be tagged to romantic gestures. We take flowers to funerals. If there's a witch in your village, you drop bitter leaf in front of her door. It still serves as flower. So at the end of the day,
Yes.
let's first trust that it is not just a romantic gesture. Now, like he's mentioned, logically, he's trying to show his kid that his parents are still cool with each other. It's Mother's Day. We know how important it is to women on those days, especially mothers. And if, for instance, if she's not even seeing someone at that point, it was just a kind gesture that, hey, thank you for bringing, the most adorable thing in my life, which is my child, into this world.
English is plenty.
And that is why I'm sending you this flower.
Please don't let Debbie sleep on the floor.
With these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince the floor about this. Over to you, my fellow debater.
Well, actually, you are quite right. Honestly, I could not hide the expression on my face. What is wrong with madam? Hey, calm down. Calm down first. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Like, first,
Yes.
this woman, no matter what that you can do, You people outside like this, so long as you are married to that man, in your foundation,
Okay.
you can't do anything about it. Why are you insecure? You are the married madam. So, she, like I said, she's the official wife in the house.
Yeah.
She's the one that is with the child all the time, right? I mean, even if she's not with the child, she has interactions with the child. If you can have fundamentally in your mind, this
No, we
woman,
don't know if the child stays with the mom or with the dad.
yeah, whatever the situation, she has contact with the child because the father seems to be someone who is present in the child's life. If he's sending flowers to the mother of his child, then he is present in his child's life. By proxy, madam is present in the child's life, right? So that's foundation. As to the point of the flower, I don't think it's something to have your pants in a twist about. Why? Like David said, they're just flowers. You could take flowers to a funeral. You could take it. Graduation. And David's village people, we used to give them bitter leaf. So I think it's not that big of a deal. What is the big deal there? Is that Oga was doing like this. That's the big deal. Wait. Oga was doing like this. When he was buying the flower, oh, I'd like to buy Chanel flowers too. Why you buy your wife's flower? Make sure that your wife's flower is a big bouquet and the madam flower is 3 rows. Buy it in her presence. Or maybe she said she should pay for it. But you carry her along. It leaves no room for wanting.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Now, he's invalidating her feelings. She's not hurt by the flowers. She's hurt by his shadiness. That's the part that she's not talking about. And if they call her out on it, she may not agree. But the truth.
Like the way you present it matters. Let's even go past that way you present it. Personally, I feel like he should have. This is how I painted the scenario in my head. Babes, happy Mother's Day. You give me my flower. You give me gift. Oh, by the way, I need to head out. I would like to get some flowers for Shanette. That's for example. So it's not like I have bought the flowers yesterday. I bought your own yesterday to surprise you. So now I want to go and buy for my son's mom. And I'm telling you before I go and buy it.
I like how women are always so logical and
but it's
about
the
this
truth.
thing. But at the end of the day, we also have this. We also have these things where, in fact, from the moment of telling her that you want to buy flower for your ex, that's where wahala has burst.
I don't think so.
Trust me, that's the trouble. That's the trouble that most men avoid. Sometimes when we don't mention things to you, it's because we want to. That's the thing. We want to make sure. We want to make sure that okay, we don't have any quarrel in the house. So you get because I know that if I say I'm buying Shaniqua flower right now, I know if I say I'm buying her flowers, that's how you will raise. Even in as much as I bought you a room full of bouquet, that 3 rows that I'm buying for her is what will be the topic of conversation. So that's the thing. But what do I do in that case? In that case, it's better I just buy these flowers and then we don't talk about it. Remember, this is not what I will do on a normal day.
What will you do?
I'm just defending general men.
No, but Dave, you know that in my head, I'm thinking if we are married and we have a good relationship, you know everything that I'm like, almost everything.
But these people now that you listen to, you're talking about from your own scenario. Put yourself in their own shoes. They sound like they have a good relationship.
It's just like what you were saying now, that guys generally, because they don't want a bigger issue, they just go with, because you know that when they tell you about the ex, that's what I'm trying to say. Like if I'm married to you now, and maybe you have an ex that's just this scenario that is giving birth for you,
child, yes.
I feel like if I know almost everything that goes on, Shana called today, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this one. I feel like if you tell me that you want to go and get flowers, count what I said, that you have bought my own, You are now telling me, like, making it like it doesn't really matter, but you know that because we need to, just like the excuse you gave, like, just to show that we are cool. I'm like, okay. Because I know from the relationship that you guys have had that I don't have a reason to be insecure.
In the ideal sense, like I said, if you buy a room full of roses for this your wife, but you still decide to buy your ex flowers, it will still cause that problem.
This person.
That's the thing you are saying.
generous.
Now you are saying. Now you are saying that's an insecure person. But these are real life. These are real life scenarios that we've seen. We've seen situations where a man tries so much to be as honest as possible about certain things that are going on, even with maybe close friends or exes. But then, because you have been so open, it begins to even create more doubt in that person.
Who are these people?
Trust me, there are people like that. There are relationships like that. We've seen them. We've seen them. So just being so upfront, being saying,
I know someone, like, it's a person that I know personally, who has said, I don't care if you have 1 million children with this person, you have no interaction with your ex. I don't care how you want to do it, no interaction. I'm like, that's delusional. It is.
Or what? No interaction with other females. In fact, just any interaction you're having is hello, hi.
Those kinds of people, there's something wrong with them.
There's something absolutely wrong with them.
Bigly, on a big.
Because I feel like for someone like me, for example, I would say something like, you can have female friends. Just know that there's one scenario I give. If we have a room full of 1 million female friends, once I walk in, they need to know that I see this one that walked in.
It's the mama bear.
All of us.
But why do we have to make any differentiation when they already see that I act a certain way towards you?
The couch.
You
will sleep on the couch.
What do you mean?
I have to ring gong.
You don't have to.
Bang.
That's the mistake you are making.
Madam has entered.
That's the mistake you are making.
Too. They will know in the way you carry her.
If you know how well I carry you, you will not even need me to.
I'm not even saying like you have to do something or you have to say something. It's in the charisma, in how you carry this person.
The way you honor that, they know.
That's the thing. But now you guys are coming from your own angle. You are coming from your own angle. But if you are objective, if you are objective about this thing, that flower is not a big deal. She's the mother of his children, and I don't feel, me personally now, in this scenario, I don't feel I need to take an express permission for me to buy a flower for someone.
It's not permission. It's carrying her along.
But what if it was just an afterthought? There are a lot of things that we do that are afterthoughts. Specifically for me, I do certain things as afterthoughts. Maybe I was going there, I was buying flower for my wife, and something came up. Oh, the mother of even on radio, as you're driving there, the mother of your child, maybe you should do something nice. I just listen and say, maybe I just buy flower for this woman. By the time when he can't give her the flower, when he can't reach out, he can't tell her, see, I went to see my son and I also gave this person flower. Now that matter now I probably bring this thing. Because if he had kept quiet, he didn't say anything, would the wife at home would have known? Would she have known? But he still brought her.
On the ground.
She probably didn't know. He still brought her up to speed, and now they are on talk show talking about it. Because he also came out and was straightforward. Left to me, if I just give her flower, everybody for there, all right.
Give the disclaimer again.
As I was saying, this is not my personal opinion. Please, to whom it may concern. To whom it may concern. Let's continue.
I really think she didn't need to, be that agitated about it. I also think that he could have carried her along.
Even if it was an afterthought.
Yeah.
Personally, that's what I feel.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do you think also, like, apart from child support, is a man who is married to someone else supposed to still, like, in a way, be giving stuff to his ex-baby mama?
When you say giving stuff, put context.
Like money, taking care of certain bills, apart from child support.
1,000%.
Okay.
Taking care of bills.
Yeah.
Like house rent and stuff.
Sometimes.
Not necessarily house
or
rent.
gifts or something, sometimes when you're buying one shirt for your wife, you buy for your.
Is that this question that you have not asked?
I just want clarification. I want to know where you guys, your mind is, this
I don't
situation.
understand this question you're asking. Maybe if I understand, I'll be able to answer.
So here's the question.
Yes.
Apart from regular normal child support, we government say you're supposed to pay to your ex for your child. Can can you allow the man to still be providing support, for instance, like maybe when she needs money or you want to buy some gifts for his ex-wife, as men also, people should give us some level of, give us some level of trust. We can be doing these things, even if she starts feeling a certain way. As a man, I don't necessarily have to feel the way she feels. I don't necessarily have to act along with the way she's acting towards me. Men also.
The same way women respond to care and nurture. Man that is coming and saying, "Oh, I saw something. I thought of you. Bah. I went to Kiniko. I saw this.
Some of these things, there's no emotion attached to.
Wait.
There's no emotion attached.
I saw this. See, the fact that when you are purchasing these things, when you are doing these things, you are thinking about this person. Right? The subconscious of it. When you do that like that. 1, 2, 3. Wait, let me finish. My point is, the point I wanted to make, when you ask the question that can a person be caring towards his ex? I think, especially if the ex has your child, I think you can. I think you can, but you have to set really, really strict boundaries. The same way you will set boundaries with your female friends. The same way you will set boundaries with even your male friends. Because there are some waka you cannot waka again. You have somebody that you're accountable to. Okay, so you're earning 3 times more than your ex. But your ex is primary caregiver of your child. Whenever your child is with you, you can afford to take your child to Disneyland. But when your child is with their mom, they cannot afford 3 square meals. Let's assume like that. In that kind of situation, you can't help out. Because by ripple effect, it is making the life of your child better. So in those kinds of cases, those are the contexts I was talking about, where it is okay to help out your ex in that way. But serious heavy boundaries, carrying your presence.
And that's why I feel, I forget about all the joke part. I also think it's important that, yes, you carry your partner along. And like you mentioned, it depends on the partners. There are partners who you would have this conversation with, and they would support you through it. They're like, in fact, they're the ones that will even, they'll be the one.
They will be like, don't stress yourself. Whatever it is that you want to do,
they want to come through.
But in some situations,
they would say they don't want to stress you, but they actually want to be sure that everything is going.
Yes.
I am that person.
They're like, I got this thing for this person. Don't worry, I'll take it to her for you.
No, I will even go and get it for you. Don't worry. I will do the transfers.
So there are partners who would champion the thing and do it, and there are partners who would just make a fuss about it. But you know that this person is going through these issues, and you want to help out in a way. That's why certain men hide these things from their partners. So it goes both ways. If you have not given your partner like this thing to doubt you and to tell you anything, where everything that he tells you that includes the opposite sex would not lead to fight, why not? Not to open up and talk to you now. But if the track record has been that even ordinary person sneeze, you say bless you. That's when to need to certain
and that's what made me say that thing, that if you already understand the scenario, like how things work, and you know that this is not the first time that this person's issue is coming up. If it has always been an issue before now, it will always be an issue. Even if the partner is, open about it and stuff. But if before now it was never an issue, I don't think these flowers would be an issue in the first place.
True. Let us be having sex.
Okay, so the last one before we go was the one that Dami shared with me. Let me get it. So here's the one Dami shared with me.
I'm a new subscriber. My baby sister put me on and I've been obsessed. And I've been listening to all your old episodes. Now on to my dilemma. I haven't spoken to my middle sister in 2 years. We've always argued as siblings since growing up, and I didn't like the fights, but as her older sister of 4 years, I always took the high road and squashed issues with or without an apology. I've been stagnant for a while in my career, and while arguing 2 years ago, she brought it up and laughed in my face about how my mates were moving on in life and I'm still being taken care of by my parents. Guys, they hurt like a motherfucker and I cut her off. Fast forward to now that my life is back on track. She still hasn't apologized, but my family members will not let me rest. They're constantly asking me to initiate reconciliation, seeing as I'm the older sibling. The issue is these last 2 years have been very peaceful without her in my life. And a part of me really feels like even if the reconciliation happens, I will always see her as my op. Please, how do I navigate this? My family members are hot on my tail. She can fuck off forever.
As in,
forever. Forever.
All right. So that's that one.
Let me go first. You see, when we're growing up, one of the things that as the adult that I am right now, I will forever be grateful to my mom for was her insistence on my brothers and I having a cordial relationship. She was adamant. When I say the woman, hold it like this, tight to chest, she would get mad even beyond myself and my brothers, like myself and my immediate brother. When we were younger, we used to fight a lot. Normal. We fight a lot. My mom would get angry beyond normal, make a huge fuss because my brother and I are fighting. Look at us today. My mom is late. Nobody can enter our middle. But I have live example of my father's siblings. They are like cat and dog. I am not ashamed to say it on public fora. Let anybody come and meet. Anyway, they kuku know. They know. All of my father's siblings, they are like this. So I grew up watching that discord. Yeah. And I can tell you for a fact that the biggest catalyst to that discord was my grandmother, my dad's mom. Even till now, even till today, there is still this But then, they're all old. They're all grown-ups. They have families. If they are grandparents, but life moves on. My point here is family that are hot on their tails. They can shove it. Shove it. Because you were not there when this person was being vile. You weren't there when this person was being vitreous in their words towards me. Why am I the one that has to call my younger sibling? Why did you not sit my younger sibling? Sit both of us down. So yeah, Aburo, apologize to your egbon. We don't want to even know who is at fault. But first, our culture says you give reverence to people that are older than you. We're not saying that people that are older than us they know it all. But here there is a grievance. The place of an elder is to create, at least if two people are fighting, you make sure that you find some and settle it. Why are you on the elder sister's tail? Why don't you call the both of them and say, okay, I don't want to be bad. See, I used to say, it's Abusi, as a Nigerian person. It's Abusi that is there.
I've also been this person where, in fact, I had a recent issue where, as the person now apologized, I cut them off. And my mom also was like that. She's this kind of person where then when I offended her, the least I could do was just, Mommy, I'm sorry. And
it was over.
It was over. I don't think this lady is bitter to the point that if her sister just comes tomorrow and says, see you, sorry for what I said. Yeah. This matter go don't end. It no go reach anywhere. So I'm fully in support of her decision that she will not, push for her younger to form a relationship with her younger sister. This person is draining your energy. The truth is, it might be rosy once you try and say, okay, let bygones be. And there are people that like that stuff, when, you had issue with someone, rather than apologize, they would rather sit out and wait, then bygone will be bygone.
And then when you see, you just brush.
That's the thing. I totally dislike that. Yeah. Let's not do bygone be. But let's do it the proper way. If you offend me, apologize to me. Yeah. If I offend you, I will apologize to you. Once I see the error. The reason why she's not apologizing is because she doesn't see the error of her ways. That means she's going to do it again.
And she might see the error of her ways.
I had someone in my life that was like that.
The track record has been that the elder sister has always
told her. And they've done let bygone be bygone. And that's why it keeps happening. You guys will settle today based on family. At the end of the day, all these families, they are older than you. They will still die and live together. What will not happen? Yeah. So let the younger sister come. Apologize for those things she said. In fact, in situations like that, even me, I'm just be the only person to apologize. I also apologize for my own part in leading you to
Leading
that
you to
point.
that part.
But let it be that you that said those words that hurt
Apologize
me.
first.
Apologize first.
Yeah.
I also apologize to you that okay, maybe I was too harsh in the way I presented certain things to you, and that's why this led
Came
to
out,
this.
yeah.
If not, I'm on yala ya anybody. Everybody go your different ways. We'll be alright, last.
I mean, when I saw it too, I was like, why in the? I mean, I think it's because maybe because I'm a Yoruba girl to the core, and if you're a Yoruba girl, you know that if you're a Yoruba, you know that you are big on respect. I am big on respect.
Yep.
Older, elderly people, younger people, I don't talk to my siblings anyhow. My younger ones, I don't talk to them anyhow. Is that you have to get to the point where even if the person is younger, like way younger, you are there to say, I'm sorry for what I did, right? And you are even younger than the person that you offended. Why are you not leaving your high horse and realizing that what you did? And apart from even the fact that younger or older, this person is hurt. Why are you feeding off someone's hurt? What kind of person are you? So when I said, I was like, okay, let me give you the axe.
a lot of issues, marriages, relationships, friendships have been destroyed because one person did not just want to say they are sorry for something that obviously they caused. Like, as simple as that word is, it would have solved a lot. Like a lot. This you are keeping malice with someone for 10, 15 years and all those things would have been resolved in 5 seconds if this person, oh, you hurt me this certain way and I didn't like the way you did it, and the person is like, oh, really? Like, you don't even have to understand why they were hurt.
But another thing I just thought of now that you just talked is, what if you guys should not eat me up? What if it was banter and the elder sister did not make her grievances known? What if, like, we're just gisting and everybody's laughing? I'm just saying, David, you that did this, and none of us laughed, and you never told me that what you said hurt me. Because if that is the case, then we can't blame the younger person.
Yeah, of course. That part also, it has a very important part to play. Where,
communication.
Yeah, people have to say.
This is where, what's that word now? Someone who's been lively and jovial with you, they suddenly go cold on you, right? Your instinct will tell you that something is not right. It is not the first time that they have such kind of rancor or such kind of, right? So I cannot 100% be behind the fact that the younger sister didn't know that she offended her elder sister, even if the elder sister does not say anything.
Okay.
You would imagine that some of those things will be resolved by time. You know how you were saying that some people can want to sweep it under the rug, but I have real life
I think time actually makes things worse. Because things are hopeful in the first few weeks or months, and then you get to this point where that person doesn't apologize, and you get to a point where if they don't even want to apologize, and then your brain does reshuffle that, and you lock off. And this one, I'm even talking from personal experience. I used to have a friend that we're quite close, and that person did something. I said, okay, see, I don't like what you did, and this person wrote me and told me and said, I'm not responsible for how you perceived how I spoke to you, so I cannot apologize to you. Take it as you want.
What?
And I was like, really?
Okay, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. And that's it. It's not like that. And what would have resolved that problem was simple. Oh, you don't even have to apologize the proper way of I'm sorry. No, you can easily just say, oh, you were hurt by the way I spoke. I'm sorry, I didn't intend for it to be that way.
That was not my intention.
It's simple. You don't have to apologize based on for the things you said. Just like, oh, maybe the way I presented my words would have made things easier. So that's what makes some of these things extend. The fact that there's this ego to the way you took it is up to you. No, sometimes you might feel you said something the best way you can, but then you say it in a way that it offended this person. The person felt disrespected. And at the end of the day, it will not cost you anything, especially if you've had this kind of friendship for a while, it will not cost you anything to just take that time out and say, okay, based on the fact that we don't do, let me just clear this up. I have a friend now, Justice. Once Justice say, David, you two they do, shout out to Justice. Once Justice say, you two they do, it tells me what the problem is. Though in my mind I'm already vexing, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, Baba no vex. And if I don't even apologize, you say, so after saying all this now, you no go apologize. And it will end, and I'll still say, okay, no vex, sorry, don't be angry. And there and then, what would have led to us canceling friendship, being angry with each other for a while, and making sure that, and forming, and then we'll start posting, cutting off people on Instagram. It would have just saved us that emotional stress, and we'll resolve the thing immediately. Our egos is what keeps us, with this kind of, why will I apologize? If I apologize, maybe I'm weak. He sees me as a weak person. But it takes a lot of strength actually to apologize when you do certain things, or when people point out that what you did made them feel a certain way.
True. I agree 100%. So
can we talk about the non-apologies?
Which one is non-apologies?
I'm sorry you feel that way.
I'm sorry you feel that way. That's gaslighting apology.
Yeah. Those kinds of, okay, so this person, like if my younger brother offends me, I mean, I'm using my younger brother because if he offends me and I tell him, I've had an example of a friend who I told that your words hurt me. Maybe they will reply tomorrow. Maybe. And that friendship hurt that it ended that way. Like, I don't know. I don't know if some people feel hurt when they lose some friendship. It's almost like heartbreak. Yes. Like it was very, very painful. But I just got to that point where if you are unable to acknowledge my hurt, even though you don't get it, although you don't think that what you have said should have hurt me, but I express to you that your actions or your words hurt me. Like I use those words literally. And you can't find it within you to say, no, I didn't intend it that way. And we have a conversation. Or you now say, well, how do you take those kinds? Because technically, they apologized.
So for me, I feel like for friendship is something I want to talk about on my channel, but I have not found the right way to do it. That's why I haven't brought it. I'm very big on friendship. Friendship is a big thing for me. So I feel like in that scenario, for me, if I'm friends with you, David, and I realize that somewhere along the line, I don't feel respected, I don't feel honored, I'll keep giving you that chance every time. So in this scenario, for example, you did something to me or you said something to me. I know that from experience, I don't feel like I cut people off immediately. However, when I decide to say that this is it, it will take a lot to drag me back.
Yeah, but when it's family, what do you do?
If it's my sibling, for example, I cannot cut my sibling off, right? However, I will not communicate the way I used to. So if I used to call you every week or every day, for example, I'll change it to every 2 months. Just because I am big on family as well, and I cannot just say, I mean, you have to cut people off.
You can't even say your family is not your family anymore.
The instance where I would literally call you and say, Dave, today I had a chat with David, it will now be like, Dave, how far? How are you? I hope you're fine. I hope everything is good. Bam. And that's it. A conversation I would have had for 1 hour become like 5 minutes. But I know that I have done my part of checking up on you, and that's it. And that's me.
But then, is that not how do I used to call it again? Abosi. Because when it's like you're marking register.
No, it's not abosi because see, the truth is that even for my friends, the truth is that even when we are no longer friends, I still care for you. It's just that I cannot give you that level of
access
back
to me.
All of those things.
Yeah.
So if that is taken away, then
I can't
give you the
give you
best I
that
can. Give you
access.
just once in a while. We check up on each other
Yeah,
and that's it.
whichever one. It's the same way you just call your colleague who you kind of have a relationship with. That's how it is. It's not about, it's just that you've cut off access. And that's what I do. Even with friends that I've known for the longest time. Once I begin to see a pattern, we go out, he doesn't have my back. I can be friends with you for 5 years. Because I'll keep giving you that. I've noticed that that's kind of person. I'll keep giving you that, this thing that, you know what, okay, maybe, you know what. And then the day that I decide, you know what, I've had it. That's it. It will take a lot to pull me back into that circle. But I know that I'll keep trying. I won't give up. But the day I give up, oh to Lord.
If you were the sibling in this scenario,
This girl,
yes,
the older or the younger?
the older.
If I was the older, personally, I would still call her. Personally, I would call. Immediately it happened. I want to be okay. Let me use my own person. If she did something to me, there and then, that's what, if people that my friends know, there and then I'll tell you, babe, what you said, I don't like it. If I see your demeanor, it also depends on how many years is between them. I think maybe that would, because I feel like if I have,
There's some age range that you just be like, go and kneel down there.
but if for like maybe 2 years or 1 year apart, there's this, so, and as you go older, the lines get blurrier. If you are close.
Yes.
I mean, my other sister that is 13 years older than me, when I'm talking sis.
But when you were younger, they born you.
But not talk about someone that are 2 years or 1 year older. Do you get? I feel like personally I would have spoken to her and said, this is what she did and I don't like it. Depending on how she takes it or what her response is, will feed off of what I would do
next.
I will not cut her off. However, like I said, if I used to call her, I'll cut off access. She won't have access to my family. She won't have access. It doesn't mean she can't come and visit me. No. It's just that the information that she will have will be the information that my auntie, that I've not spoken to in 5 years, will have. Or YouTube will have. That's what I would do. But I can't go 2 years without talking to my sibling. I can't go months without talking. Not even now that my mom is late. I will try to, but I won't just give you access. Whatever you get will be on YouTube. I know that what I show on YouTube is like 1% of what happens. So
Yes.
that's it. But yeah. Oh my God. We have come to the end, unfortunately. There are still some videos, but we don't want this thing to be too long. We'll bring more people so that we can trash out some of these conversations, have some of these conversations. But
David, my heart is with you. You won't sleep on the couch today. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Appeal on your behalf.
Please.
Whatever opinion I was shared here, remember, was partly my own.
And the other was influenced by
the people seated here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as we did. Please don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below. Let us know what you think about each and every one of these videos. Okay, not everything. The ones that,
Resonates with you.
Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. And if you are still not subscribed at this point, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's the red button just below this video. And hit the like button. And leave your comment again. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Jesus loves you. Bye.